right, it looks like it is streaming. Welcome, welcome, May 8th. Welcome to all the new people on here. Michelle said it earlier, but I'll say it again. If your team is not on yet, text them, tell them to get on. We're going to have an awesome training by Marisa out in Arizona. So super excited. I'm not going to take a ton of time, but definitely want you to know Marisa has been in the business for quite a while, so she knows exactly what she's doing. She's so consistent in sharing this information. She's always got new consultants, new customers coming in. She truly follows the system to a T, and I love that. I love just that consistent effort of doing what she's supposed to be doing. She is a former TV personality, and she turned into a free range yoga instructor. I love that part of it. And she's really just risen through the ranks of the company by helping other people. She's really heart-centered, loves her family, loves just blessing other people. So again, I don't want to take a ton of time. I want you guys to listen to the expert tonight. So Marisa, it is all yours.
Thank you for having me on. How exciting. I haven't done a team training here in quite a while, so it's nice to see you, and welcome to our new folks that have joined, our new consultants that have joined LifeVantage. Hi, Mia, my sis. So nice to see you all. And, you know, I just think of when I started 11 years ago, and make sure I have share screen, please. When I started 11 years ago, I knew nothing about network marketing, for those of you that don't know any of my story. And, you know, I learned about LifeVantage through a yoga student who ends up being Carrie Williams. And I'm not signed directly under her. I actually am signed up under my brother and sister-in-law, who had joined about a week prior to that. But guess what? It was all the same team. How divine was that? So it's just been really a joy. I feel so blessed that I get to do life. And I don't say that just tongue in cheek, but seriously, I get to do life in a really beautiful way with some of the most incredible people on this planet. And that's all of you. Even if I don't know you, I'm going to know you at some point in time. And that's why you need to get to these conventions in person. We need in person. You heard Fraser Brooks talk about that today in the social media training. And it's just critically important. And Carrie came down hard on me when I joined and said, you know, our global convention's 2 weeks. Are you going to come? And I said, I don't know. I mean, I'd put everything we had on a credit card and, you know, didn't really have a lot of cash flow at that time with 2 young children at the time. And I made it happen and I went. And had I not gone, I don't think I'd be where I am today in LifeVantage. I wouldn't have gotten the big picture. I got the big picture, which was way more than a paycheck. The picture was a community of people on a mission to change the world in a beautiful way, to elevate people, not just from a health standpoint and a financial standpoint, but really from a personal growth standpoint. And that was really what attracted me too. I couldn't believe that all of this was happening. I was like, this is too good to be true. But it is true, you guys, and it is there for you if you want it. We have the tools, and the biggest thing was I thought everybody in the world was going to join me in LifeVantage. So I thought, oh my gosh, you know, I saw all we had was Protandim and True Science anti-aging cream at the time, and I thought everyone in the world would join me. And then quickly I found out I was getting some no's, and I'd run up to the Pose and I'd run up to Maria and Carrie and, you know, Nikki and Joanne. And I'm like, what's going on? And so then I realized that, you know, this isn't for everybody, but my mission is to help everybody that is open to be educated. And that's all we do is educate. We just give information. So one of the, you know, getting back to the basics, I think is so important. We have had a lot of information coming at us with the new change of the Evolve plan, our new comp plan, our new website, and, you know, a lot of social media, very different from when I first started, right? So I've had to learn that too. This keeps your brain sharp, I think, this company, you know. And then we've got, of course, Axio, which I'm drinking, peppermint, by the way. So I love it. I like the way it makes my mouth taste, or, it's clean. So I like it. Anyway. Mm. So anyway, getting back down to the basics, the invites, the follow-ups, the overcoming concerns and objections. That's what we're going to talk about today, is overcoming concerns and objections, because we all can relate to that, right? And so I'm going to share my PowerPoint. Let me get my glasses on and hit share screen. And then I'm going to hit Momentum Live Objections. There we go. Okay, so let's just skip to this place right here. Let me play it. Hold on. So it's full screen. You can see that pretty well? Okay. So overcoming objections, we've heard about the feel, felt, found. And I'll tell you, those pro audio series that we used to get, and we were talking about this today on our mastermind call, we could put the CD in our car and just listen to things like this. So reminder, those webinar or the podcasts, the Life Vantage podcasts are today's pro audio series. And, you have to maybe just put an alert in your calendar every day to listen to a pro audio series and have that come up. Because once we get into the habit of doing that, then it'll be kind of that will be good. It's really important that you hear from others on how they overcome concerns and objections. So feel, felt, found, right? And I do say that's not tongue in cheek. I don't say that like, oh, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. What I found was, no. You have to have some heart in this. You have to really listen to when someone says, is it expensive? Or, I heard this was one of those things, those pyramid things. And, you could say, look, I understand how you feel, or maybe you don't, I don't know about that. This is my first rodeo in network marketing, but I can understand though how you would feel that way. And is there something that happened? Because, then you could say, because what I have found is for people that have done network marketing before, they say this is such a different deal, or maybe there was something that happened with that company. So what I'm trying to get to the point is that people, if they have a concern about something, they just want to be heard. And so that's your opportunity to, I say, lean into them and listen to them. And then ask questions. Well, I hear there's something there. What happened? Truly care what they're saying, instead of sometimes we want to go to that place of, I gotta be defensive and I gotta start telling them what it is. And maybe that's not what we need to do. And so this is what I love about network marketing is I'm kind of a defensive person. I'm the youngest of 5, and I think I had to defend myself a lot growing up. And I don't love that trait about me, actually. And so this business has allowed me to become much more aware of that. And I'm not perfect, but I definitely am aware of that. And it's allowed me to become a better person to really ask those questions. And that just makes me happy. And I think that leaders become readers. So you really should be reading a book always to help grow yourself, because when you get these objections and concerns, something's just going to pop in your brain, and it's just going to allow you to be able to flow with that objection and concern. And then also, I would say, get somebody on to help you talk about it. I don't know a lot about that, but you know what? My friend Michelle Poe knows exactly what that is. And I'm going to connect us on a text thread, or, however, Facebook Messenger. And, Michelle, I have my friend here with me right now, and she is concerned about blah, blah, blah. And, Michelle, I knew that you would know a little bit more about it. So then she could get in and chime in. And I'll tell you, it makes a huge difference. So shift that objection and question into a benefit for that person, and just keep practicing it. And I'm going to call on a few of you guys today, so be prepared. So here's one. I don't know anyone. Has anyone ever, and I can't really see the chat, so has anyone ever gotten, I don't know anybody, I can't do this business? Yeah. Does anybody want to chime in and just say what they would say? I'll share what I'm going to say, but if somebody would like to unmute themselves, this is what we did on the elite executive call the other day, and we had a lot of fun with this people, and we learned from everybody. So I need to learn from you too. So if somebody wants to share, when someone says, I don't know anyone, what would you say? 3 seconds for someone to unmute and answer.
I'll unmute. Can you see me?
Yep.
It's Karen Lolly. Can you hear me?
Hi, Karen.
Hi, sweetie. So, you know, I'm not the greatest at this, but if nobody's going to chime in, of course I'll chime in. I don't know anybody. Well, do you have any siblings? Do you have any family members? Do you know anybody who has health problems? I mean, you can ask them about people that they see, their neighbor that walks with a cane, or the person who walks down the street with their dog that, you know, is limping and old. And, you know, you can just bring up situations that you might know that they have in their life that they might not be bringing to mind as far as sharing this.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That is so, think about all the people that you meet, and dog walks. That's a great opportunity to share with people when you start talking to people about their dog and how old they are, things like that. And, you know, just think about it. You've got the person that delivers the mail. You've got people that deliver packages. You may go get your nails done. You may go get your lashes done. You might get facials. So, I mean, just, you have to start thinking about where you are in your life and where you go and where people are. And, you know, if they don't like people, then this is not a business for them, right? So it's not for everybody. But for, you know, ways to attract people to social media is huge, right? So someone says, I don't know a lot of people. Well, you can also say, you know, we can help teach you and give you tools to help you attract people through social media. And you don't have to know a lot of people, but we can show you how you can join groups that are of interest to you, hobbies that are of interest to you, and really help you become someone that is of value to other people. So that's another way, you know, and then you can always ask, you know, who do you know? Who, you say you don't know anyone, but if you do have a sibling, or, well, who do they know? And because it's really the people, you guys, the people you know that they know that you don't know are what builds your business. I can tell you that most of the people in my organization, I did not know. So I didn't know Dr. Sveta Silverman, by the way. I saw her a few times at yoga. She was very shy at the time, and you guys would not believe that, but she was. And look at the growth of that woman. Who's going to earn a Jeep? Who's going to get her Jeep, by the way, after this month? Unbelievable. I'm so excited. Oh, actually, it is believable. It is believable. So, but anyway, I could have chosen not to say anything to her when I was 9 months into the business, but I chose to say something to her. I didn't know Dr. Karen Lolly. But because I was out there talking to people that I didn't know, trying to make connections with people, that chiropractor brought in Karen, who was intimidating. So, but look at what happened, that gorgeous woman. So that's so awesome. Okay, here's another one. I'm not a salesperson. Wonderful. I always say we don't like people that are who wants to be sold? Do you want to be sold? What happens when you go into a car lot? Oh, right? That's like you want to just like hide because you know people are on you like that. So I just say, well, that's wonderful if you're not a salesperson, because we don't really want salespeople. We want people with heart. We want people that have stories to share. If you like something, you like to share it, right? If you like a good movie, if you like a good restaurant, if you like a good yoga studio, if you like a good chiropractor, you're going to recommend that person, right? But you don't get paid for it. But what if you could fall in love with these products and a few basic business principles, and you can get paid every single month for referring people that are on a subscription? How would that be, where you could start creating some passive income? Would that be of value to you? Lead with a question. Anybody else want to add? I'm not a salesperson. They have something different.
I will.
Yeah, I love it. I love this interaction. It makes me so happy.
So basically, if you're listening to people, you know, it happens organically. What if someone says, oh, I just can't get rid of this middle and it's just bugging me so much. And you meet them at the gym. Why can't you just say, I can help you with that if you want to learn about something? You know, I mean, it's not about being attached to the result. It's about being open enough, listening to somebody, feeling their pain, offering them a solution, and then it's up to them.
That's beautiful. Yes, exactly, Mia. And I like to say, if you're open, I have something that could help you with that. Would that be of interest to you? You know,
Right.
I think people don't want to not be open. So I like to use that a
Yes.
lot. Okay. All right, we'll keep going. These products are expensive. I don't have the money to start. All right. Expensive to what? Your health? You know, I do like to be very sensitive with this, you know, because our products are very good quality. And, you know, I sometimes will try to just educate people about, well, you know, some of the things that you buy over the counter, it's basically a lot of, you know, you're wasting your money. These are activating, I love this, I'm going to say it again, activating your body's system so you hopefully don't have to medicate the symptoms, right? And I think if you really get with people and understand what their health concerns are, you know, and you ask, you know, expensive to what? It is way more expensive for sickness care than it is wellness care. But you're right, it does take some investing in health and wellness care. So guess what? If you can fall in love with these products, we have a way that you can actually earn income by just having customers come into your organization. And then you could even grow your business even more than that. So if money wasn't an issue, would you be ready to get started? Let me introduce you to somebody. Like, don't do this all yourself. But you know what? I love this. I can say I didn't really have a lot of money to start either. I actually had to put this on a credit card to get started. But then I started sharing it. And then all of a sudden, you know, over time, I was creating a really nice income stream. And I'm very upfront with people. This is not net wish marketing. It is network marketing. But anybody else want to share a little bit about that? Some people? Hello?
I will.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when I first got introduced to the products, I looked at the pricing and that, and I thought, it's, you know, it's a little bit pricey, but I also looked at how I was feeling and I was not feeling great. So I just decided that I'm worth it. And that's what I do tell people. I'm worth it. My health is extremely worth it. If I'm not feeling well, there's a lot I can't do. But now that I'm feeling much better, I can do way more than I used to do. And, you know, I used to stop at a coffee shop and get, you know, a coffee a day and maybe a bagel along with it or whatever. I don't go to those places anymore because I do this instead. And I feel a whole lot better because of it.
Oh, Janet, I love that. You're super. You're fantastic. You know, you can also say, you know, how long have you been, you know, how long, I'm trying to be very sensitive to this, but when people say they don't have the money to start, how long has that been an issue? You know, where you haven't had money? And you'd be surprised. Most likely it's a lifetime, right? That's their story. And so what if I could show you a way and introduce you to some people just like me that was able to change that story too? Because in 3 to 5 years, you can truly create a life that most people will dream about. And I do try to just ask people, if money wasn't an issue, what would your favorite day be? What would you do? And when you can start asking questions and allow people to really dream and think about what they want to do, you can, you know, hone back into what we have here with LifeVantage. So anybody else want to share a little bit about that? Because I think, you know, people want to get.
Listen, guys, first of all, I want to say thank you to Marisa for her kindness, and cool your engines. I'm very superstitious. However,
Sven, I
sorry.
can't see you. Where are you?
I'm here. But the thing is, guys, are the products expensive? The products are expensive. Would you like to buy Mercedes, or would you like to buy some, 2001 Chevrolet something? Sorry, like, very small compact car. So the thing is, we do have, like, if you take collagen, we have a Rolls Royce, like, simply put, we have a Rolls Royce of a collagen. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So you pay the money for the quality. And that quality of the product changes people's lives. So I totally understand the money, but that's where business people come on board. And sorry to interrupt, Marisa, because you do business amazing and you teach that pattern of duplication amazing. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. I need you. I need you to help share. So thank you very much, little Jeep winner, Jeep earner, I should say.
She obviously didn't hear me.
What color? What color?
I haven't got it yet. When I get it, I'll tell you. Don't jinx it.
What color are you envisioning?
It's not my Jeep, it's my husband's Jeep.
Okay. Oh, how exciting. I'm so excited about this. Okay. Thank you, Sveta. I'm trying to get the next slide to go. Okay. I don't have the time. Who's heard that? Right? You know what? I hear you. Most people say that they don't have the time. So I'm hearing, if I could hear you say, if you had enough time, would you do this with me? If you had enough time, is this something you would do? Because right then and there, I can figure out whether they're going to be in my business or not, right? And what do you do? Do you like not having a lot of time? What are you doing to get back that time? I mean, these are just kind of questions I may ask as I'm getting to know this person or finding out where they are at. And then I can say things like, most people that do this have full-time jobs and they fit this in the nooks and crannies of their life. I mean, if you really love what this is, if you really love what you've just learned with us, this is a way to get that time back. Let me introduce you to my friend Sean Poe and Michelle Poe, or whomever, that have created an incredible life where they get to do life on their terms, and then it takes some off of me, and then they get to see another picture. It's not just me doing it, not just me saying it. I promise you guys, third-party validation, you have to be doing it. If you're not, your business is not going to grow as fast. I can absolutely guarantee that. I still do third-party validation pretty much every single time I'm meeting with somebody, even if it's for a minute or two. I've given them the nuts and bolts of everything, but I want them to get a vision. So let me introduce you to somebody that's been doing this for a while, or somebody who's new. And this can be your team, your organization that just started with you, but why they're excited, because it's energy. It's your energy that people are attracted to. So when they say they don't have time, well, let's brainstorm and see, if we can find a solution to that. Would you be open to that? And a lot of times I'll just say, if you're thinking about somebody, put me on a text thread with them, which is what I just did today, you guys. I had on Leadership Line right before this call, a new customer under one of my consultants who doesn't really work the business, but she just got her first new collagen and dual synergizer customer last week. He fell in love with the samples she gave him. He bought 4 bags of Axio today. He's going to Dr. Brett's meeting tomorrow night. And it's really exciting. He's starting to feel amazing. He goes, I just want to give these samples away of Axio to everybody. I already know this person and this person I want to share this with. And so, I don't know what'll happen with any of that, but because I was there, because I was able to talk to him, and I knew that she wasn't able to do it all, I was able to provide that validation. And then I got him on with the Leadership Line today. So it's exciting. Oh, I bet no one's heard this, because he called it a Ponzi scheme today. Is this meeting tomorrow night a Ponzi scheme? Are they just going to talk about money? And I said, well, let me stop you right there. I said, would I be a part of a Ponzi scheme? I said no. And that's, not trading product for money. That's like nothing, there's no exchange. I said, this is part of my passion, is to educate people about this beautiful profession of network marketing. So in this a pyramid scheme, there are a lot of different ways we can go, and I can share a little bit more on that. But if somebody has something that they would like to share that hasn't shared, please unmute yourself.
I'd be happy to share.
Thank you.
So one answer that sometimes people give, which honestly is not really accurate as well, a pyramid scheme is like a pyramid, people at the top, and then it goes on down from the, really a pyramid scheme, it more involves focusing on a line of distributors and making up money off of the enrollment of distributors and not focusing on a product line. If you have a real product that's the main focus of the company, then that's not a pyramid scheme. And that's exactly what LifeVantage has. It's got real products that actually have great science backing them. And the focus, especially even more so with the new Evolve plan, is that much more focused on customers and on the selling of a product. It's not just enrolling distributors and making money off of distributors. So that's to me, that's an important aspect of the answer on pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I would just say for sure, a pyramid scheme would be not exchanging product for money. And, I would be cautious in, putting even any network marketing in that realm of, because I think we have to defend our profession so much for, whatever reason. And I'd actually talked to that guy today, and I said, what you're thinking about maybe years and years and years and years ago. It is not what network marketing is about today. And I said, these products are changing lives. But yeah, we have, and you can talk about how our customer, I think it's like 75, 80% continue to monthly, continue to subscribe. So, and then I do sometimes too, the corporate, that corporate structure, that in corporate, in the corporate world, the pyramid is not a scheme, but the people at the top are the ones that will always make all the money. So I just try to help people see that in network marketing, we all start here. It's the pyramid's here at the bottom, the structure, and we all build wide. So you can actually you can earn more than the person that actually brought you into the business, which is very true a lot. But yes, so thank you, Dawn, for that. And I get it. There would be that would just be heavy distributor oriented, but I would just try to even keep distributor or consultant out of that, because I don't think most people think about that maybe now. I don't know. I just would say we just exchange. It's a beautiful business model, widely misunderstood. And that's part of your mission, is to educate people, about this beautiful profession. So anyway, I also don't forget to say things like, we're a publicly traded company. We're debt free. We're on the NASDAQ, and Aaron Brockovich is on our board of directors, right? I like to share that too. So, all right. So let's see now. Oh, this is great. I need to think about it. I want to talk to my partner. Anybody else want to share a little bit about that?
Oh, that was so me. This is Jill.
Okay.
So I definitely was like, oh, I need to check with my partner because, we got to make sure this is worth our time, our money, our energy. And luckily he was in the car with me when we first got our phone call. So he had an idea of what it was about, but he didn't really watch the second, meeting and video. But it's definitely one of those things where, yeah, okay, you got to talk to your partner. That's fine. But you know what? Sometimes you got to go on your own journey. And I took my own journey. It's been a 4 or 5 year journey now, and just loving on people, sharing stories, sharing information. It just takes time and consistency, follow through, and staying on the you know, the path that you guys have laid down for us, because it's nothing new. You don't have to change it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just do the same thing everybody else is doing and it keeps on going. But yeah, I was definitely that person. Got to check with my partner first.
Okay. So another thing you could say, if you're that person on the other end, when someone says, I have to check with my partner too, that's good. Thanks, Jill. That's awesome. If your partner's like mine, you know, he or she is going to, support you. I support him in what he does, and he supports me in what I do. So that's really exciting. Why don't you get me on a call with him, and I can help talk and answer some questions as well. Doesn't that make sense? So, hopefully those partners, I know not everybody gets that partner support, but that's something to really have people think about, is like, wow, if he's, because partners should be supporting each other when you find something that interests you, right? Otherwise, as Stu Brody says, get a different partner. No. So, all right. So guys, do we have time, Michelle, for this really quick? This is really important.
Yeah, this is really good. Call to action is awesome. And if anybody needs to hop off real quick, of course, but yes, let's finish this out because call to action is powerful.
I would really highly recommend that you do this with your teams as well, everybody. Write down the names of 5 people you've recently talked to that have given you one of these objections that we talked about, okay? And then practice your response. Reach out to them today or tomorrow. I know it's late East Coast time. So that's another thing. Be careful at the times you're texting people, messaging people. I would really be cautious about late night texting, unless it's your team, but like for prospecting, because if they see you're doing this late at night, unless they've reached out to you and you feel like you want to reach out to them, great. I think it shows them too that, you got to have some balance there too, right? So we want to protect that energy as well, but practice, write down 5 names of people right now, everybody, right now. I'm going to stop for 30 seconds. Think of 5 people who've recently given you one of these objections. Practice your response and reach out to them today or tomorrow and tell all your teams to do the same. And I think really you want to meet people where they're at as well. Love on people. I think that's really important, is to respect where they are. Do not push people, because you're just going to push them away. And really, for those that may not know a lot of people, just keep loving on them and show them how they can meet more people. And if they don't want to do it and they say no, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. I think that's the biggest thing that sometimes we forget to do, is who do you know that is entrepreneurial? Who do you know that wants have better health and share this and help help our company get into momentum, which we're in, So who do you know that is wanting to be a part of a breakthrough technology, nutrigenomics, really working on decreasing aging, who do you know? Could you introduce me to them? And sometimes when you ask people who they know, I'm sure this, like sometimes I'll say, I'm sure this isn't for you, but who do you know that might be a little entrepreneurial or might want to share and earn some passive income and have a side hustle? Because I think most people do. Who wants to earn a little more money? Don't be afraid to ask people. No one's going to get mad at you for wanting to build a business. They just may not do it. And no doesn't mean no. Right? It just means not right now. So just remember that when someone gives you a no, there's many follow-ups to that no. Do you mind if I reach out to you in a couple weeks and show you what I'm doing? Do you mind if I show you what I'm doing right now and how I've been able to create this business and help so many people and get them in the Vitality Living customer page? That in itself will help you so much. So thank you for letting me share. Sorry, I went over a little bit.
You are wonderful, Marisa. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody, Mia, Dawn, Jill, Karen, Janet, who else? Jill, everybody. I forgot somebody. Thank you for sharing tonight. You added so much value to this call.
They totally added value. It was so beautiful, so powerful. Let's have our screens on, show Marisa some magic love and appreciation. That takes time, energy, all the things. We are so grateful. And one of the things that, today, as I was listening to the social media training over and over and over again, they talked about taking I out of the equation. It is all about them. You need to see this because, and what she said, the feel, thought, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is for you. Yes, Sean, I know. So just remember, we are here to serve and love. And remember from one of my other trainings, and I keep sticky notes of powerful things that serve me every day. Sales is love and service. We are here to love and serve. So let's go big and not have this, sales thing. We want to have people that are fueled to sell because they're selling with love and service, everything there. Anyway, Marisa, you were incredible. Love you, Sean. Nice mustache. So great to see all of your faces. Let's go blow up the month. Let's get our 3-in-1 and do it over and over. Get those backpacks. Those things are so beautiful. Front load the month. What else, Shampoo? Mr. Teacher in the middle.
That's it. Keep checking the back office. Lots of cool updates have been happening last week, this week already. So it is getting much, much better.
Major updates in the back office. And thank you again for all your work. So you guys, let's do it. Let's get out there, get out the memory jogger, open your phone, A through Z. You have a lot of people in there. I promise you haven't even checked on at all in your phone. So go through all of those. Love you to pieces.
And I think this would be great if we did like getting back to the basics training on these calls once in a while, like maybe even once a month or twice a month,
You guys like that? That's so good. These basics. Yes, we have gone through lots and lots of stuff. So we're going to get back to the core of it and back out sharing lots.
And
So thank you.
when is Spanish meeting? For training. What the health?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So What the Health, we are starting a segment in our Vitality Living customer Facebook page, right? That's what it's going to be. And it's going to be fed in there. And it's a health topic. Please reach out to your sponsor or to me if you have ideas, because we're going to need them. And this 10, 20, 15, no more than 20-minute talk. It could be you with being interviewed. I'll be interviewing Dr. Sveta Silverman Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain. She's going to talk about cellular health, and that will be live into Vitality Living. She'll be talking about our Tri-Synergizer tomorrow, probably tomorrow, or I think tonight. She was thinking about it, but Desiree Mamet will be talking about Lyme disease. So, it's going to be a little relaxed. It's not going to be like it won't be like every Thursday at 5. It's going to be at different times, but it'll always be in Vitality Living. And it's just a great way that you'll be able to tag people on there and just adding value. So just think about your stories, think about your customers' stories that have really had incredible compliant, testimonies that we can add in there. And we're going to do this weekly. So thank you. I hope that helps.
Yes, we want more value, more value, more value. So add your stories into Vitality Living, and we're going to do what the health this week's episode is, blah, blah, whatever it is that week. So thank you, Marisa, for all of your help with that. And we're so excited for Dr. Sveta. I just got a message asking for what time again. On Friday, Dr. Sveta will be doing it with Marisa, interviewing her at 5 p.m. Mountain. So that's 6 Central, 7 Eastern, and 4 Pacific.
And it'll be
incredible.
there. Yeah, it'll always be there. And Sveta always has such
Um,
wonderful things to say.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, thanks for staying a little bit later, you guys, again. And keep an eye on Telegram. Who here is keeping an eye on One Person Big Difference Telegram and the other team stuff? It's there. The information's there for the week. Double check it, triple check it. And if you want to have social media fun, use your stories. I'm telling you guys, stories, keep a story in your stories, Instagram, Facebook, one a day at least. And just, if you don't know what to do, just go grab one in our Telegram group and put it up. You don't need to do anything else. You don't have to say, people will reach out to you. It's interesting. People are following you and watching you. It might take time, right? It might take months and months. And then suddenly a random reach out person will say, oh my gosh, I've been watching this for a long time. I'm ready to go. Okay. We could talk all night. Whew. Yes. Check Vitality Living for approvals, leaders. All right. Love you all. Thank you, Kevin, for that. All right. Good night.